because I can already hear my family members now like, "You made that baby sick." I didn't mean to. I was only in the beginning stages of what was causing me to have a cough and everything. So I wasn't like all the way sick. And usually with me and illness, if I can, get a day out to just, veg and just not do anything, I'm usually back on top of it. And this was not that kind of. Okay. So my Twitter followers are not going to be able to see me. I'm just going to have to repost that and reconnect at a later date. Anyway, just to keep just some updates. So, um, shout outs this week. As I was out sick, I discovered some new YouTube channels. So one of the so shout out to My Thoughts Will Probably Offend You is the name of the YouTube channel. It's a young woman who is a fitness expert, and she doesn't make fun of, yeah, because if she made fun of bad people, I would not be listening. She kind of makes fun of people who make fun of fat people, if that makes any. So she shames the fat shamers, which I think is cool. I'm gonna have give you some thoughts on the whole thing of, camp fat shame, and not just because I'm heavy, but because it's abusive. So I don't agree with fat shaming. And most experts will tell you that verbally abusing and bashing a loved one who is overweight, that you want them to lose weight, does not um, make them. It doesn't motivate them. If anything, it would make the situation worse. So let's say they're it will make them eat in secret. Who can confirm that having a parent that fat shames you doesn't does not help your self-esteem. If the person who gave birth to you or responsible for you being here is lowering your self-esteem and making you feel like less than, then it's not going to help you. Okay, it is not going to help you as a parent. It is your job to teach your children how to navigate the world. And if you don't believe in them, and you consistently show them that you don't believe in them, it is not very good for their self esteem. It is not very good for them as a person. It will have them seeking approval from other people. Um, it can also lead to promiscuity. So you don't want them to seek solace in the arms of somebody that you don't trust. Then the last thing you want to do is ridicule them on anything, but especially their physical appearance at all, boys or girls, but girls especially. Um, anyway, so her channel, I like her delivery. She's funny as hell. Um, really good. I have not heard anything that has offended me so far, and I think that's why I was reluctant to click on her channel, because I'm like, well, if you're telling me ahead of time, but I listened and I was like, oh, okay. And so, shout out to Spooky Rice. I mentioned Spooky Rice before, along with Dead Meat. He's one of those scary movie channels that if you ever want to, like, say you've heard a movie was a real gross out movie, and you've heard, oh, you should see it and this, that, and the other. Spooky Rice would be your dude, just to give you a preview of how, if it has anything like abuse to children or anything like that, you can find out from Spooky Rice. Since a lot of you like older films, and he does different genres and everything. I kind of put him up there with, if you've ever seen Dead Meat, Dead Meat does kill counts, I think. So if you're into scary movies and different other stuff like that, also Prim's Hood Cinema. So Prim's Hood Cinema, he basically goes through and summarizing a whole lot of Black experience movies, or what we used to call the '90s hood movies. So if you are familiar with the '90s movies like Boys in the Hood, Tales from the Hood, Juice, Straight Out of Brooklyn, different movies like that are basically the Black experience of the. They were kind of everything in the '90s was kind of what I call nouveau '70s. So '70s gave us the Black exploitation movement, which really almost to me like a Black renaissance of um, film, music, and art, and gave us some of our best music. Was None of it was schlock. The '90s kind of was 2.0 of that. Um, People talking about their experiences, but also the update to that was a lot of Black people who were talking about their experiences that did not want the hood to be the only experience that got told about Black people. So, like I said today, I'm multitasking, so I'm gonna be eating and talking to y'all and driving at the same time. Um, and On Tap Studios. So On Tap Studios is one of a few channels that I follow that that post Reddit. If you've heard of the social media um, site Reddit, so um, they post a lot of topics from Reddit, and they also post the people's comments. And some of the comments, like I'm a fan of looking at blogs or blog postings and then reading the comment section. Because many times people get in arguments in the comment section. I look at my comment section right now. In my comment section, there is an ongoing debate still over the Bobby DeBarge movie. I'm just letting it rage on. Not because I have an unhealthy desire to see conflict, but because some of the comments are just funny. And to watch people's and then when people begin to comment, like I am a salon, not hair salon, but I always like for my pages to be a place of discourse where people can listen to the topic at hand, give their own viewpoints. If they clash with each other, as long as you're like not threatening each other or threatening to give each other a beat down, like if you can have a healthy discussion and talk back and forth and like, well, yeah, blah 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 blah, this that and the other, I'm cool with you. What I don't want you to do is get disrespectful and be threatening to meet each other outside or nothing like that. No, no, no. Then you're not doing it right. If you're if you're if you're ready to start meeting each other, if you're going to meet each other so you can be friendly to one another, cool. But if something dangerous is about to happen, then no, I don't want you. Like, don't communicate with each other. By all means, if you got to block each other to keep things from going into a dangerous place, then please do so. But yeah, so Reddit, so So On Tap Studios kind of makes that possible for you to follow and look at some of the postings. And of course, since it's YouTube, you can comment on the video and add your own flavor. So the next, and even though some of the pairings I've been like, okay, but I've always enjoyed them because I've always enjoyed both acts. So this next one is going to be, if I would have paired, if I would have, I always saw Big Daddy Kane as being somebody that would be versus Kool Moe Dee. Just because they're around at the same time. But so this next versus is going to be on October 17th. It's actually going to be a two-nighter. So the 16th, they're going to have a boxing match, and then what is his name? Super Cat. If you've ever heard, what is that song? I Just Want to Fly. I'm trying to remember who the band was that does it. If I can remember, then I'll, if I can remember before I get to work, then I'll let you know. If I cannot, I will probably post it somewhere. But I don't know if you remember Mark DeGraff or whatever. Anyway, this group had this song called I Just Want to Fly. And one of the additions to the song was one of the remixes, because the 90s was the decade of the remix. They might have 6 different versions of one song. This is the remix. They might have 5 different remixes on one song. So, this particular, this is where I remember Super Cat from. But if I can pull up more information, because there's a lot of people that have gone on to do things, and I'm like, oh gosh, I remember him. I remember that song. I remember that group. I'm like, oh, that was you. Anyway, so Super Cat is going to be performing on, and they're selling tickets. They're selling tickets. So, you're going to be out that way. I'm going to be doing, of course, I'm going to be dedicating either a podcast or a live broadcast to the verses, like I always do, to give you a little bit of background on each artist and what hits they're known for. So in this one, I will be including Super Cat, but it's also going to be, I didn't announce the second person, did I? So that's going to be the 16th. The 17th, which will be the main event for those of you who are hip hop fans, especially old school hip hop, is going to be not Kool Moe Dee, but it's going to be Big Daddy Kane. I already named one, but the second one is going to be KRS-One. Okay, so both of them take me back in time. So my friend, you heard me talk about my friend Jennifer. So my friend Jennifer had the biggest crush on KRS-One. She was in love with her some Chris. so we were big fans of his and his late ex-wife, Miss Melody. If you ever want to hear some old school female rap, Miss Melody was a badass. So she is dearly missed. Not to rain on KRS-One, of course, but just to add that in there for those of us. And she was a thick madame, but she was a badass. She could rap her ass off and everything. So we were fans of his and hers. So we were really big fans of theirs. If you want to hear a sample of hers, you can look up video for self-destruction. She raps on there. Plus, she had a rap career of her own outside of him. So, anyway, so I'm looking forward to the matchup. I'm a fan of both Big Daddy Kane and KRS-One. KRS-One, to me, out of the 90s, he was kind of one of the knowledge rappers. So, you hear people talk about, oh, gangster rap and this, that, and the other. Well, there were different camps. Hip hop has different camps, like churches have denominations. Um, Hip hop had camps at that time, and not just East Coast and West Coast, but there was the gangster camp, there was the party camp, and then there were the knowledge rappers. And the knowledge rappers were people like KRS-One, Black Sheep, Poor Righteous Teachers, um, young black teenagers who were white. um, who was the other one? I think there was something Prophets out, um, X Clan, um, Tribe Called Quest kind of fit in there a little bit. Okay, so, and basically what they were doing was what we call dropping knowledge. Dropping knowledge. You know, making you doing that cerebral rap that makes you think. Um, Arsenio Hall, when he had his first talk show, used to have a segment called Things That Make You Go, hmm. And so, what these guys did was they did rap that made you go, hmm. So, that's whenever I think about KRS-One, I kind of have him in that category. So, anyway, so that is going to be on Fight TV, my favorite place to watch it. But they usually are on Instagram as well. The Versus app, probably my favorite place to watch it is Fight TV. But they are also starting to sell tickets to some of them as well. So if you want to look at the Versus site, I get texts so that I can keep up or whatever, so that I can keep those who follow me informed and everything. The New Kids on the Block is also having the mixtape tour again. The acts that are scheduled so far are Rick Astley, Salt and Pepper. I will have more details as that comes around. If they have no word on how, because they're saying that they're not going to have that many dates. But if they add Columbus, which I hope they will, they did the last time and I didn't get to go. And I was so mad because I wanted to see me some Salt and Pepper. I've been a fan. I'm a day one with them. I go all the way back to Tramp. But I also wanted to see Naughty by Nature too. So for those of you who are in the know, you know that Pep from Salt and Pepper used to be married to Tretch from Naughty by Nature. So it was rumored during that tour, I don't know how true it was, that there was a little bit of, um, not scuffling, um, but a little bit of tension between her and her ex, which I'm like, now listen, I'm going to tell you the truth now. I'm a big Salt and Pepper fan. Because, it was reported on Wendy Williams. So, you have to, listen to that or whatever. But they're supposed to be touring again. So if they do come through Columbus, I will let you know. If they add any Ohio dates, I will definitely be letting you know. But this is the heads up. I'm working on making my announcements of up and coming events sooner rather than later. So this Friday night, I'm not going to do a live broadcast because, as you can see, my voice ain't up to it. However, I will be up and rolling next week, and that's when I think I'll do my dedication to the three artists in the verses, which will be the Big Daddy Kane, Super Cat, Big Daddy Kane, and KRS-One. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my live. That'll give me some time to do some research and handle some other business. So I am not going to stay on here the whole trip because I only eat the rest of my breakfast that I have with me. But you guys have a blessed and blessed and remember my motto: those things that you're believing for that are positive, believe that it's going to happen. Okay. But you guys have a blessed weekend. Enjoy your grandchildren. Enjoy your children. Enjoy everybody that you're close to, that you love. Enjoy your life. You only get one. Enjoy your relationship with Jesus Christ. You only get one of those two. Do not let the church. I saw this one church sign, and people will put different signs up, and so it's the one sign I saw was don't let depression, anxiety, heart disease, diabetes, and different other things kill you. Let the church help. Which I thought was interesting. Do not let do not, allow the church to kill your relationship with Jesus Christ. You only get one. So I will talk at you guys later on the internet, wherever I am and wherever you see me, and I will talk to you later. I'm going to go ahead and get to work. I'm not getting there as early as I wanted to get there home early and everything, and with COVID, like I ordered some face masks, so I keep some with me, the kind that I can put in the washer and wash and wear again. So it's gonna be interesting getting there. I will talk to you guys later. I love you, and I will see every color that you come in, and I will talk to you later. Bye bye.